All right. Welcome, 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 Atlanta Falcon fans. Welcome, Atlanta United fans. I am here with the one, the only, Miss Ardelia Austin. Excuse me, senior manager from the Benz Stadium. She's over everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything DBN, everything Atlanta United, everything Falcons supporter group. And wow, we are lucky to have her this evening. Miss
Oh,
Thank you,
Ardelia,
Ardelia, for being
welcome.
here.
Welcome. How are
Woo!
you?
thank you. I am well. I am well. I do want to clarify. I'm not over much for Atlanta United. However, I'm with the group that handles all things live, everything other than the play on the field. That's what my department handles. And I jump in and help support them from time to time. But there's some crossover. So that's a good segue.
Awesome. Awesome. We also have Miss Lisa Shepherd with us, the one, the only Lisa Shepherd,
Let's go,
uh,
Hey, y'all.
multi-talented. How you doing, Lisa?
I am great. It's wonderful, Ardelia, for you to spend some time with us. And
Yes.
before, we have a lot to go over, but before we get into it, I just wanted to acknowledge that this is Women's History Month. And I know that you and your role have been making history in various capacities. So just wanted to acknowledge that and acknowledge you and give you your flowers.
Thank you. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Riley. Shout out to
Absolutely.
my entire team.
Yes.
Without them, there is no me. So
Right.
all of my captains that are female, like it is a full circle. It is a supportive effort. So thank you.
Yes, and Ardelia has a small but mighty team that supports her in all her endeavors. So, yes, definitely shout out to Kayla and everyone that assists you in all that you do in supporting of live events at the bands.
All righty. Well, Miss Ardelia, we're going to go ahead and get started. I only have one rule tonight. That's that we have fun, right? So
Oh,
we're going to have fun. We're going to get into it. First and foremost, we're going to ask you some questions, and it's just icebreaker questions. So, first question: if you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
my superpower would be to be invisible. I am a people watcher by nature, and I'd morph myself into other people's houses. I'd go into the government, see what's going on.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
go
That's
into
a good one.
I
That
would
that is a
be
good one.
Oh, wow.
everywhere. I would be the fly on the wall, and I would just be invisible. I would be invisible.
Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Okay, so I sing horribly. So whatever someone else is willing to do a duet with me on, I I tend to be the good backup dancer. You hear me? I'm all about the support. Yeah. Let's fail together, but let's fail forward.
Ah, ah, Ardelia, my brothers tell me the same thing. I myself and my wife, they tell me that I'm a terrible singer. I disagree with them. I feel like I'm great. But
Absolutely.
what I think I'm, what do you call it? An acquired taste. That's my voice. All right.
Listen,
So I'm
the
sorry. Go ahead.
shower tells the truth. The
Yes.
shower tells the truth. That's
Yes.
everybody else's line. The shower's truthful.
That's there. I've been telling them that for years. Thank you.
But
Um,
no, but it's not singing. But Terry does this impression of
don't
DMX,
do that.
and it was so
Oh,
Oh
horrible.
God.
And we call
oh,
him TMX.
Oh
oh,
God.
Sounds like a wounded cat. Like
Oh
you
God.
know, the TMX growl. I was like, oh my
Oh
goodness.
God. Okay. Oh wow.
And don't do it either. Do
I'm
not
not
do
going
you
to.
it.
I'm
know,
not. Look,
kind of
I
feel like
want
I'm a
Ardelia
cat.
to stay. I'm not going to do it. I want her to stay. I'm not going to do it. I'll tell you a story about that later, Ardelia.
Okay.
So if you could switch places with any fictional character, who would you choose and why?
Hmm. This is getting kind of deep.
Oh,
Uh, fictional character. I don't know. Storm.
Ah,
X-Men.
Storm.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. You know what? I could see that. I could see that. That makes sense.
I mean, who
All
doesn't want
right.
to be Storm,
Would
right?
you rather have a magic wand that cleans your house instantly or a magic wand that cooks your food instantly?
Clean my house. I like to go out to eat too much. So I wouldn't want anybody to take that away. If I could just don't have to pay anybody and clean my house. Matter of fact, where do I order it? Is that a new site? Let's get to it.
Oh man. You know what? I don't think they've come up with that yet, but hey, you know what? If I hear about it, you'll be the first to know other than me. All right. So last question. If you could travel back and witness any historical event, what would it be and why?
It would have to be Easter Sunday. It would have to be Jesus coming and talking to the disciples and telling him he's real and to spread the gospel. That's
Amen. 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 You know what? I can't follow that, so I won't. Amen. 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 I know when to be quiet. All right. So we're well, my wife would disagree, but whatever. We're gonna follow the leader here.
Oh my God. You guys have been deep in IG. You can tell some of these were late nights.
Let me tell you something. Little secret. Lisa and I have been working on this for just a little while today or yesterday or whatever. And so let me tell you something. We have so many photos of you that we're not going to share. I probably downloaded about 150 to 200 photos. And Lisa was like, "What are you doing? We don't need all of that." So I did cut some out. But for whatever reason, this one spoke to me. This one did speak to me. Lisa, we're gonna go to the first question. So I think you have questions 1 through 3.
All righty. So we want to hear a little bit about, your role at the Benz. What are your primary responsibilities, and just can you just give us an overview of your position?
Okay. So I oversee the Dirty Bird's Nest. That is my baby. As some of you, as I know, Lisa, but
Yes.
not sure if everyone on the podcast understands. The Dirty Bird's Nest is a paid ticket option. It is for super fans for the Atlanta Falcons. It is something that they pay into yearly. It's an annual subscription, if you may. But what we provide is the experience on game day and throughout the entire year. So people see us and think it's there's last season it's a 10-game situation, and it's not. It is a 365-day program. We stay connected with each other throughout the entire year. Right now, and like I said, every day is different. Right now, we're in the off season, so we're on board with the new members. We just went through the final interviews for captains. We are interviewing right now. I'm looking at having 2 fellows, so I'm in the interview process for that. I have an intern every year, so the program stays fresh. The loyalty app, we just uploaded a big group of people into that. We're now live in the App Store. So each year as we grow, it looks a little bit different. But right now, it's the total program should be about 750 seated members, paid members for Dirty Bird's Nest. However, each person is allowed anybody who they come with to the stadium on game days. So if Lisa has 1 seat and Lisa knows, hey, you know what? Usually I'm going to buy. These pictures are taking me out. Usually, if she has 2 seats, but she has 1 person who's going to rotate, if she has multiple people that she wants to sit in that to have that experience, we onboard those people that she thinks will accompany her, and so we get that done. So that's the one part. That's kind of the overview of the onboarding. However, we're getting prepared for the Captain Summit. So we just finalized plans for that. We're getting ready for the experience for draft day on the 24th. We're finalizing plans for that. I'm always looking to improve the March. So talking to security team, talking to access points and guest service, figuring out how we work that. We do a concert series at the tailgate. So I'm talking to artists for future dates. We won't know the dates until May 15th, but at least having those conversations so that we have that impact. When it comes game time, the first week, we're getting ready to go. So I don't know if have y'all talked about Summit, talked about the captain program, but there's so many nuances of the program that lead to what people get to experience throughout the year.
Right. And I came from a PSL seat because I was not an inaugural member, but I was like, they having fun over there. Let me check it. Like, it was like, wait a minute. And I wasn't really sure what it was all about, but I was like, you know what? Let me just try it out. All I know is they look like they're having fun. So let me see. And I've been there. This is like my 4th year. So
and we love it. I don't know if she told you or not, but Lisa has recruited more international people to the Dirty Birds Nest following than I've ever seen. I don't even know. She says they come into the store, but I believe there's some kind of airport situation.
Probably
every game day. There's someone new and a different story. So I love the fact that you get to tell that story through that lens. Love that.
And I really want them to have an authentic experience. I figure a lot of other countries, they don't really tailgate for football. And, when I meet them, I ask them if they have plans. Once they tell me they're going to the game, I'm like, well, hey, are you tailgating? They were like, no. I'm like, well, come with me. And
they come.
They do come. Germany, Canada, different parts of America. I just want them to have a good time, and I let them know there's always going to be some former Falcons players there. That's part of the excitement. You never know who's going to be there. There's always going to be a show element, a concert element. So I just tell them to trust me, and they do, and then they come and have a great time. And I introduce you to them. I'll be like, hey, this is so and so from Germany. This is so and so from Toronto, and you've hung out with them. You ended up meeting who became our first international fan of the year, Alex Santos from Berlin. Like, they've all kicked it with the Dirty Birds Nest at the tailgate. So we'll get into that a little bit more, but I do want to let people know too, one of the major selling points for the Dirty Birds Nest for me personally was that opposing fans are not allowed.
Oh, absolutely. And
in my former seat, which was 117, I would go to the game and I would be surrounded by opposing fans. And I just kind of got over that. So I know in the Dirty Birds Nest, to my right, to my left, to my front, and my back, it's nothing but Dirty Birds. And that is what I love and enjoy about it. So
the energy is something. It's a different type of energy. I'm dating myself back to the Dome days, but I came at the height of Michael Vick. I came when the hot hand of the man was in the building, and I mean we were doing the electronic guitar. We were like, that was the experience that I was used to, and that was the experience that I was used to contributing to. Look, Dirty Birds Nest members, let's go, DBN. I see y'all. Let's go. Love it. Hey guys, and so being able to transfer that energy into, the stadium that was state of the art and beautiful, and knowing how much the owner loves that energy, right? Of course, he's a businessman, he's great at it, but on the backside, he's guaranteed to give 90% of his wealth away, knowing that his dedication to that and to be able to bring joy to the city is like, I don't know, it's a difference. It is a difference. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I aspire to be a boss who does that kind of stuff. So for me to be able to be in this position, again, just hats off to the city and hats off to the love that the city has.
Love it. Love it. So speaking of your position, tell us what aspect is the most fun and rewarding for you?
Game day. Absolutely. Right. It's like, for me, I'm really an empath. I tap into energy really, really quickly. So when I was in the stadium and it was not the same as the Dome, and I was coming, even though I worked there, right? It just, the feel was different. So to be able to be around that love, to be around that support system, I think Atlanta does it the best in terms of supporting each other and loving on each other. I am a hugger by nature. I don't know what that says about me, but it is true. That energy, being able to tap into that. It's like, I grew up in a church, so it kind of gives you that church feeling, but it gives you that family feeling, period. We come in there every game day. That half of my photographer takes at least 100 pictures that he posts. He winds up taking more, but 90% of those photos are mid hug, mid embrace, and that's something you don't get everywhere, right? We get to walk in together, kind of like that backup force. We get to come in arm to arm, yelling, bringing that energy from the tailgate all the way into the building to root on the team that we love, and it's a little bit of euphoria, right? I mean, some of it might be alcohol. Not for me. I don't get to drink on game day. However, there's a little bit of something. And to see every race, to see every creed, to see little kids, old people coming together with that same energy is really just something you won't get anywhere else. And it's not a mean. It's not a Philadelphia mean. We'll invite you to the tailgate over there, right? Like it's just that you get to have a little bit of it, and what we love about Atlanta on game day with the love of the Falcons. Can't be it.
Right. And I was telling Terry, it's game day for the team, but it's truly game day for you. You working. You are working on game days, and all that you do, the Dirty Bird's Nest, the talent that may be there for that day, you rocking and rolling. And it's super cool to see you in action. I just wanted to say that as well.
Well, thank you. The first thing is the tailgate is curated, right? So there's a nuance to how that's put together. There's a timeline for the tailgate. A lot of you guys might not see that. There's depending on the game, there may be a theme out in the tailgate. We're going to do a lot more of that this season. Last season, we did 50 years of hip hop. And so we did red carpet, the entirety. So that was a whole different element. And it's funny because this job started out as, hey, let's just galvanize these super fans and let's make sure that this energy is concentrated and they spread the energy throughout. Well, it started off like that, right? But again, I'm not doing the selling. I don't get any money based on tickets sold. I'm just in there like, I know what I want to experience. I'm the person who, I'm like auntie with the purse. I'm like, oh, we can get who? What? Okay, let's make this Atlanta. All right, how can this be so Atlanta? And so, when I get the yeses, and sometimes when I get the no's, those no's are just long yeses, right? So to be able to use this group to express themselves, you see the TIFO, right? You see how when artists come, it's the sing along, whether they put the camera on us or not, it's a sing along. Matt Ryan and his retirement, him going into the Ring of Honor with the handmade notes, when it's breast cancer awareness, when we create flags that say people's names with the people that loved ones. So we're flying those flags high. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody, not just in the league, but no one else is really taking the fans and giving them a voice, especially not in the NFL.
Right.
Atlanta United has a lot of supporter clubs, and they approached it a different way.
Yeah.
Big respect. So much respect to that group and so many learnings from them. But never seen a city where, it's Atlanta. Everybody's cool. Everybody's coming. We're the church crowd. We come in early and we stay to past zeros. That's unheard of. That culture is one of the things that they wanted to make sure that we changed. And it was there. People just needed a reason to come. I'm from, again, the Dome days. We used to tailgate super early. Everybody walked in smelling like hot dogs and smoke. And it was a vibe. We were the cutest hot dogs and smoke girls ever, right? So for me, it's how can we tap into that? How can we bring the party inside like it used to be? And shout out to us because we won number 1 in the NFL's tailgate this year for Voice of the Fans. So,
shout out!
Yeah, you like that? You saw
that? I saw that. Hey, question for you, Ardelia. Yeah. If you could caption this picture right here, not to cut you off, Lisa, but it just popped in my head. What you know what?
With archive pictures, killing me. I'm here for it.
You know what? I'm gonna ask the audience and Lisa and myself. If you guys could caption this picture, what would it say? Guys, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Those of you in the chat, if you could caption this picture, what would it say? Lisa, if you could caption this picture, what would it say?
Lisa was there.
Yeah, I was there. I mean, Ardelia is like the best hype woman. I'm sure she was hyping us up to get ready to do something. I'm sure there was some Falcons legends in the house. That's our Dirty Bird's Nest kickoff party that we have every season, and it's a good time. So Ardelia was hyping up something or somebody. That's what she was doing.
She was hyping up somebody. So she wasn't saying, person in section 342, you've left your lights on. It wasn't anything like that. It was literally, okay. All right. No, I'm kidding. If I had to caption this one, I would say, this is 2025, so I don't want to say throw your hands in the air. I want to say, I don't know. Give me a beat. I don't know. Give me a beat. Is that what she's saying there? She's saying, give me a beat. I don't know. My brother's going to kill me. Let's see. Eric Parker says bars. Justin Spears says Dirty Bird's Nest. Dirty Bird's Nest. I need y'all to make your way to the stage area. That's pretty good.
My bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, wait a minute. Vinny says, who the hell let the Aink Band in here? That's a good one. That's a good one.
That would never happen.
That's a good one. I think Karina's saying boss of it all. So okay.
Oh, Karina, big shout outs. Love it.
I can dig it.
Bars.
All right. So Ardelia, wait a minute. Simply the Duchess says rise up. Okay.
Oh, hey,
I could see that.
I love that.
Do you remember what you're saying right here? Probably not, but I'm just gonna take a guess.
I'm gonna tell you no for 500. Alex, but I do remember this background, and I know we had artists. We always had artist performances. So it was either me hyping them up for the captains to come and celebrate their teams, or the artist. Otherwise, I let the MC handle it.
Okay.
Oh, I could have been shot now, Kayla. That's fair. I could have been shot now, Kayla.
Well, one thing that comes through your socials, you like to have a good time.
Oh,
you like to have a good time. So in the spirit of that, I know Lisa and myself probably along the same age. Give me your top 3 favorite rappers of all time.
Woo!
Just top 3.
Okay. Tupac, number 1.
Okay.
Hands down bars.
Okay.
Kanye's been doing some weird stuff lately. So I'm skipping him. His early stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. College Dropout.
Yeah. You know, and you're going to say rapper, but I'm going to say lyricist. And I'm going to go with Lauryn Hill. Like, I'm into words.
Okay. Well, Boogie.
Yes. Right. I'm into words. Another person, I love Jay-Z. I love all of Jay-Z's stuff just because he's a storyteller. I love that. I don't care what the beat is doing, but if you're talking about nothing, I'm good. Okay, y'all give me y'all's. I come on now. The hot chair can't just be hot for me. I'm listening.
Okay, go ahead, Lisa. I'm laughing at my brother. Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay, so real quick, I want to ask you one more question about the Dirty Bird's Nest. Can you give us a little bit of the background, like whose vision was it? Okay. And now that we're entering year 5 of DBN, can you just kind of talk about the changes from year 1 to year 5? And has the vision been fulfilled, or is it ever changing?
So I'm gonna go. I'll start at the top. So DBN. So let me go back. I was the director for the volunteer program for the Super Bowl and national championship.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I had on event day, I was doing stuff for the Falcons in the live events department, just on event day. That's a whole nother story. We don't have that much time. But so after those contract jobs were over, Tarina, who's with Major Events, who worked closely with her during the Super Bowl, was like, hey, what are you doing? I need somebody in the interim. Are you interested? And I was like, well, what is it? And it was not forward facing. It was just it was systems, it was booking and contracts, which booking and contracts has a lot to do with my real estate background, right? And I a big database of people. So I'm like, yeah, I'll help you out. So started off like that and was just like never anticipated liking it at all or wanting to be a part of it at all, but just helping out a friend, right? And I always want to be that person who people say, hey, I think you can do it. And I'm like, yep, let's try it. Right. And I'm doggy paddling 1,000 miles an hour. So my current boss came in and there was a reorg. And so she became the VP of the department. And as the VP of the department, now mind you, she'd worked with me with live events and was like, hey, what are you doing? She did one-on-ones with everybody. She said, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, booking and contract. Now, mind you, we didn't have a real relationship at the point, but she relied on me a couple of times. She was like, I've never seen you not be forward facing. Are you hiding? I'm like, what? Like, first of all, me? Like, what? So I was like, no, actually, right? Because she didn't know. She took over the department. She didn't know the conversation. I was like, no, but this is helping me facilitate my systems. I want to see what what a big organization does system wise. So I'm getting that while you guys are getting me. She said, okay. I said, am I doing something wrong? Is there something I should be fixing? She's like, no, you're doing fine. So one day after that, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, she's like, hey, she called me up on my off day and I'm like, hey, she was like, you in the office? I was like, no. She was like, do you remember when we used to do stuff out with the Falcons out? Like we would go to festivals and be out in the street. And I was like, yeah, I do. And she's like, what would you like to see? Like if it were up to you, where would you like to see us? Where would you like to see some branding? And I was like, where would you like to see some representation? She's like, Atlanta United is getting all of the buzz now. And I feel like, we need to make sure that the Falcons still in the conversation. Like I'm seeing a lot of those. Look at that red lippy. So anyway, and I said, okay. She goes, well, are you coming in? I said, no, actually today's my recovery day. She said, well, don't do anything today. Don't do anything today. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Fine. So of course, when your VP says don't do anything today, what are you going to do?
Do something.
You're going to do all the things, right? So I came up with all of the list. Now, mind you, she was like, it's your off day. Absolutely not. I get in there at 8:05, 8:10, she walks by and she said, so what do you have for me? And I'm like, I'm ready. So I click, and so we go through it and we kind of laugh it out. And she was like, oh, great. I love these. Add this and this and this. Okay, create a deck. And I'm like, okay, now mind you, this is not booking and contracts, right? But she did not have the conversation with me. So I'm like, all right. So I create this deck and she said, I'm going to have you pitch this to, at the time it was Steve Cannon. She was like, you're going to pitch this. This is something that we need to be doing. And I was like, okay. So I go and pitch. Steve Cannon loves it, says, absolutely. Whatever you do, make sure she's involved. Now, what I pitched was nothing like the Dirty Birdness, nothing. It was all in market representation, right? And I was ready to embrace that. And we came back and didn't hear anything for 2.5 months. Third month, she says, all right, Ardelia. So you heard Steve. So now we're going to do a super fan section and you're going to be over it.
Oh, no. This is my first time hearing this. So I'm really intrigued.
And I'm like, okay, here we go. Well, when I asked her if she was going to back up the Brinks truck, she thought that was funny. So there went my comedic career. But yeah, and so it started. And that was the roadmap. That we started calling around, looking at I was like, Atlanta United does it best. Let me see what I can do. Like, let me see what they're doing. So I tapped into them. Texas A&M has some good rituals, tapped into them. Penn State had some great rituals. So I did the research and was like, all right, this is something we need to see. And so coming from the Super Bowl, I was like, I need help. It's one of me. And at the time, it was the section was 1,000 people. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to communicate with 1,000 people. Not only that, I didn't have an assistant. I didn't have a coordinator. It was just me.
Wow.
So when you ask about year 1 to going to year 5,
A
year
lot of
1
changes.
was
Yeah.
we're gonna get through it. I'm pedaling like this.
Yeah.
But the vision was there and the love was there and the people, no matter what, right? You can give me an average person. If the will and if the thought process is right, we will kill it no matter what. And so that's what we did. So now we went through those 4 years and the systems are there, right? Thank God, knocking on wood. Thank you for systems, thank you for booking and contracts. Like now I know how to build stuff in the computer so it can matriculate, like all of those things. And now we're in year 5. This is my freshman year. This is Dirty Bird's Nest freshman year of college. Now imagine how freshman year of college was. Like you walking in there with a personality. You walking in there with, you the whole brand. It's all of those things, right? But now it's the fun of something new. But it's the solid foundation of where we've come from and what are we building. So
I love it, Ardelia.
Long-winded,
again, hats off to you for the vision. My goodness.
Thank you. Hats up to captains who helped pave and create the vision. Lisa, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody. And that's the thing. It's like, it's definitely a labor of love. A lot of people, because I get, texts and inboxes. It's like, how can I join DBN? And I'm like, you really got to have a love for the team and, just be willing to do the things, right?
All the things.
Whether it's, standing up the entire game, tailgating, representing on the road, the New Orleans takeover. I love that. I love that the spirit of us repping our team goes beyond the bands. And they know what time it is with us. Like they know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing for me, the big thing for me was they were talking about, let me make sure my battery's charging. I'm getting, oh, there it is. The thing for me was New Orleans would come and take over. And I've always hated that. Like, don't come to my house. I played sports in college. Absolutely not. Right. Like that's a no-go.
Right.
And when I found out we weren't taking large groups of people to New Orleans, I thought that's crazy. Like what? So when I pitched the idea, I was like, I want to do a takeover. I want to take this group. Like there's nobody better to come and take over the city of New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And my boss was like, well, and I was like, whatever we have to do. When I tell you I got on the phone with everybody, every sponsorship group that I'd ever gotten, Anheuser-Busch, the marketing team, I got everybody on board. I when I tell you we borrowed and scraped, and I was looking real iffy towards the end of the season with my budget, and I was like, we have to do it. So after we went, Kurt was like, well, that was a lot of money, and then Kurt's my boss, and I was like, yeah, but it's worth it. Sometimes an investment doesn't show on the bottom line, but it is the biggest driver. And that's one of those things that allowed us to bond together. Like when you're in the trenches with somebody, that makes a difference. So
and
I don't know. We've not won in the trenches yet, but come through win. I need a W out there.
Yeah. But when we do the march in New Orleans to the I call it the super dump, and them ain'ts looking at us and we like, and what? We in your city repping and what? Like
and what?
Some of them, it's all good nature fun. So some of them join us, others them like, oh no, y'all didn't. Yeah, we did, and we will, and we'll see y'all next year. Yeah, I love it. It's fun. All right, Terry, what you got?
Well, you never answered a question, Lisa. Give me your top 3 favorite rappers.
Oh.
Okay. So many. I mean, there's not any particular order, but I'll go Biggie, Nas, and I got to put in a woman, so I'll go with L Boogie, Lauryn Hill as well.
Woo-hoo!
All right. I'm going to go with Rakim because he's from my generation.
I saw him in concert.
Rakim. You said what now?
I saw him in concert when he was in Atlanta a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Gonna go with So Ardelia, if you don't know, my brother's Eric Parker.
Oh,
And he's telling me no KRS-One. You know what, Eric? Whatever. I'm gonna put KRS-One number 2. I did it because you told me not to, and I'm the older brother, so whatever.
Eric.
I'm gonna say KRS-One, whatever, and then I'm gonna keep it old school. I'm gonna say, nah, I can't.
Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna say Big Daddy Kane.
I knew that was coming. I mean, the KRS-One kind of put us in the situation.
All right, so you referenced the turnover in New Orleans, and very quickly, I think this is from that day.
Oh yes, Eric, shout out. Oh yeah.
Those New Orleans fans were sick of us.
I bet they were. I just bet they were.
Look at Auntie Pam. You saw Auntie Pam in there too.
I did see Auntie Pam.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go to Atlanta United trivia. And those of you in the chat, you can help us out. This is a group thing. We are all going to do it together, even though me and Lisa know the answers. But whatever. We're going to do it. We're going to do it together.
What happened to the solidarity? I can't get a sneak peek at that. My goodness.
That's my bad. That's on me. I'm sorry. That's on me. All right. So let's get to it. First one. What year was the club founded? And again, this is to those of you in the chat. Lisa and I aren't going to say anything initially because we know the answers. So, Ardelia, you don't have to sit there. We're just going to wait on the chat, see if anybody can guess it, unless you know it. And then if you don't, it's cool. I didn't know it. I didn't know any of these. So we're gonna ask, and we're gonna wait. And some very bold, smart person in the chat, hey Maggie T, is gonna guess it, hopefully.
Okay.
Or not, maybe not, just depends. What year was the club founded?
Okay.
What year did Atlanta United officially join MLS? Those are two separate years. And what year did Atlanta United win the MLS Cup? And for bonus points, what is the nickname of the team? This would be the point in the show where we normally have on Jeopardy music, but we don't. Right, I know, right? So while we wait, I'm going to tell you the story of TMX. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you the story of TMX.
I'm going to tell you that I actually met DMX. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love it. I love DMX. Oh, wait a minute. All right. So Justin guessed the nickname, which is Five Stripes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So I was telling this story to I was on a show. Eric's like, do it. No, I'm not gonna do it because Lisa will kill me. Okay. Michael Nellum's got them all right. So 2014 is when the club was founded. 2017 is when we officially joined. 2018 is when we won the cup, and I believe it's the Five Stripes, Michael. But good guess, none the same.
And real quick, can I talk about the Falcons had an away game in Green Bay the weekend that United was playing for the championship. So Falcons fans were at a sports bar, in Green Bay, watching United win. It was so much fun. I was just like, we were taking over the sports bar because, United played on a Saturday. And of course, the Falcons were playing on a Sunday. And that ATL spirit, we were just so excited that United got the MLS Cup.
So I have a little trivia on the backside. Where did Atlanta United first play its home match?
I know the answer. Someone in the chat. Let's see if someone in the chat knows.
I think I know it, but I'm gonna wait for someone in the chat. So
while they're figuring that out, here's something funny. So they were supposed to.
Justin got it.
Justin, of course, Justin got it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like I said, the story of us me doing manager for live events. Back in the Dome, they didn't have a live events department, and so the subcontractor that I worked for was the live events department.
Oh wow.
And I was the liaison. So I was the second in command. So he was an out of state owner. He still is an out of city owner, but so when they moved into the new stadium, they weren't going, they said they're going to do everything in-house. They wanted to make sure that we did the welcome home, that everybody was trained in the way that the Atlanta Falcons wanted it, the customer care, all of that. So they reinvested. Well, when they kicked him out of the stadium, they, I don't want to say they scooped me, but they scooped me. So they were like, hey, we're not going to continue with that. Would you be willing to come over here? And I was like, let me talk to him. So I had a conversation with him. I was like, if I could try to get you back in, I will. Unfortunately, this is something I want to do. So there were a little bit of hurt feelings. But the reason I brought that up is because they had me pull a team. They told me I could have 6 people, 6 people to put on the game day experience for Atlanta United at Bobby Dodd. You know how many people they have on game days now? 17.
Wow.
We did it with 6 people. I had 26,000 steps on my step count.
Wow.
When I tell you I was tired, and I can also tell you that Bobby Dodd's going through its transformation, and they're doing some work over there. Oldest existing football stadium in the nation, little known fact. But that water came out of those faucets nice and brown. So imagine me trying to fill up ice buckets for people to mix their stuff. And I was like, absolutely not. I made the call. I was like, hey, we cannot give, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not on my watch. And they're looking at me and I'm like, nope. So yes, I have lots of Bobby Dodd stories. And for a long time, I would have Bobby Dodd nightmares. That brown water is nothing to play with, guys.
I know you, Ardelia, you're going to do the upgrades. Like, let me upgrade you.
I was like, no. We can't feed these people. They cannot have brown water. So we got it all fixed.
Oh wow.
But yeah.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
That's okay. Hey, it's okay. We're all opportunity here, so that's fine. We're gonna go on. You threw me with that one. We're gonna go on to the next set of questions. So, tell us about some of the aspects of the Dirty Birds nest that were adopted from the Atlanta United section. That's why we have Obi-Wan Kenobi here, because the supporter group Obi-Wan Kenobi you guys into being the Atlanta Falcons supporter group. See what I did there, Lisa? See, in my head, it went so much better than the way it's going now. Like in my head, it was great. It was great.
Listen,
anyway.
we're still supporting you, Terry. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're still supporting you. So, of course, the crowd is different, but nobody does the super fan section like Atlanta United. The culture of soccer is so different, but once you're immersed into that culture, you never forget the experience, right? So it's high energy all the time. It's full investment. It's so the two things that gleamed away is they actually had a voice, and we talked about having a voice, right? The city of Atlanta is so rich in creating change and cultures coming together and reinventing itself. To me, having a voice was important. And you see, a couple of people on game day and other stadiums with signs and all that. But Atlanta United had the biggest sign. They had homemade signs. They had all of these things that represented exactly who they were. Now, could we do that the same way? Absolutely not. Because one, the groups of people have been together for 8 years, 9, 10 years. Like they had a 3-year start prior to them being incorporated, right? And so we had to hurry up and tell the story. So we didn't come really as much. They sometimes they lean politically. Now on the back end, I get to see they have to get stuff screened and it has to be approved for TV because TV catches some of that stuff. Well, the MLS is very different in what they'll allow versus NFL.
Yeah.
And so for us, we had a voice, but it had to be tempered a little bit. But so we then started just going kind of at the opponents, right? Either repping us really hard or going at the opponents. But the NFL has kind of a gentleman's handshake on what they can do. So some of the stuff we're like, you know, tear up the floor de lis, like like the stuff that we want to express, like that's in our hearts. They're like, yeah, no, can't do that. You know what I mean? So if you look from the first one, we started out, we played it real safe. We kind of used a catchy song. We did we twirl on our haters. We did kind of a lot more cultural references. Oh, look at us. And so that played well. And then we allowed the people to kind of express themselves in what we did. We decorated umbrellas and kind of mocked them in that way. So for us, it became an expression of the things that we'd like to say really tastefully, if that makes sense.
Did you say we twirl on our haters?
Yes, we do.
Ardelia, I don't know if I told you, I have seen Aints post this in different trash talk groups. So they have screenshot this TIFO, and they,
good for them.
Yeah,
I'm surprised their phones work. Good for them.
Oh my gosh!
No,
so good.
It was amazing, and I have a really good shot that I have in my office that's huge. That you in the shot you see not only the TIFO, which was 60 feet by 32 feet, but also the umbrellas, and it was tilted at just the right angle. It was so close. I had so many people from New Orleans telling me, "Man, that was tough. Man, that was tough. We got something for you." I was like, "No, y'all don't. No, you don't. That was cute, but no, you don't."
Oh, and really, and honestly, I never even heard of the word TIFO until the Nest did one, and now and the work that went into it, like hand spinning, that is some work, y'all. This is not by professionals. This is done by DB nesters, and we put in work to make these TIFOs.
Hand drawn, hand painted. The one is the one before that was actually for North Carolina, but it was our opening. So. Yeah, and I wanted to make sure that they had the drums. Shout out to Vera. Vera is the artist behind all of this. She's the one, you give her the concept and she comes up with it. She is the genius. We get to, come up with some words and kind of ad lib a little bit, but she is really the artistic design. So shout out to her. You've seen her work everywhere. She does TIFOs. She's done stuff for WNBA. She's done the kit for Atlanta United. She's everywhere, and big shout outs to her. She's phenomenal.
And I think she did something for the Matt Ryan Ring of Honor.
She did.
Yeah,
she did, but she's gonna be asked to do something for World Cup. So let's keep. It's breaking here, guys.
You heard it here first, guys. So, Ardelia,
call me Miss Petty. Yes, please.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you know this about Scorpios, but we are truly the most petty people on the planet.
But we're the most loyal. So you only
get wait. You are not a Scorpio, Miss Ardelia.
Is there another sign?
Best friends. Oh my God. Oh my Lord Jesus. Oh my goodness. So you understand? You understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand. All right. So it's with that I introduced this to everyone in the chat. We did the cheese grater when Green Bay came in, and I believe that is you grating cheese.
Listen, it was time. Like that, they came in super cocky, not on our watch. So there were 4 cheese graters in the section. They were 10 feet tall, by the way.
Yep.
We go big. Listen, we're not playing around. And just so you know, the confetti was crinkly, like cheese fries and orange. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love it. Now, this next one, I've never seen done before, and I must congratulate you on the pettiness of this. Okay, but we didn't even give him a name. I love
Oh,
it. We didn't give him a
absolutely.
name.
Oh,
We didn't give him a
absolutely
name.
not.
We said, you know
Nice
what? You
try,
losers.
guys. Right, not in our house.
Yep. You losers. You don't even get a name. You're the visitors. That's who you are.
They
You
hated
get
that.
in that corner and sit down. That's what we said.
And they are forever the visitors. They've not
That's right.
been. They've not had a name since that one.
Oh, wait. It's going to continue?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I
It's a
love it.
tradition.
I love it. I'm so here for it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Now
Then
that
tell
is
me you
heavy.
got the balloon challenge. Tell me you got the balloon challenge.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
You didn't. Oh, so
did
that
not.
was super cool. So
I did not.
53 men on the active roster. We had 53 red heart balloons. And as they came out, the Cowboys came out, we popped the balloons. Super petty.
Wow. I love it.
That's not it. When the
I love
Bears
it.
came, we all dressed up in hunting outfits. You remember that one, Lisa? And we bought 5 what was it? It was, I want to say 2, they were 5-pound bears, gummy bears.
Yep.
And we tore off the heads, and we had the camera on us as we were biting the heads off.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Whatever you
so
can do.
many.
Whatever you
I'm trying to think what all we've done. We've turned our back. We did the newspaper stunt
Yep.
when they came out, and that was for New Orleans, and it was again visitors. We didn't give them a name. It was all of the things. And if you like, the newspaper actually had stories on it, so it was really cool. That was a nice keepsake. I'm trying to think. We've done a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you have. That you have. Now, our next segment, and I again, I have to congratulate really all of the Falcons, the entire stadium, the entire organization. I've never seen an organization do this. Not that they didn't, I've just never seen it. But you guys had a 50-year celebration for hip hop, which, you know, I mean, I'm an old head, so I'm welcome to Atlanta where the players play. You know, I go
Right
I
on
all
the
of that.
stage like every day.
I remember the days of MC Shy D. Now, unless y'all real old, you're not gonna know who Shy D is. Okay,
listen, we are music. We are part of the Atlanta culture. You don't listen. You know who I was trying to get to the tailgate, because I just thought that before I ever moved to Atlanta, any of that baby. Oh, see, this is where my karaoke falls flat. What's his name? Oh God, never mind. I won't embarrass myself because I don't have a duo. But what's it? Baby,
Hey.
Work it on me. Who's that? I'm H-O-L-O-V. Come on, chat.
Oh, you got me there. Wait a minute. Oh,
it's on the iPad.
At night, I think of you. I want to be your lady, baby. If your game is on, give me it. That one or
no, but he's the same singer, same artist.
Kilo.
Yes.
Kilo was at the thing, right? He was at the wasn't he? Oh, he was or he wasn't?
He wasn't. I was trying to get him in the tailgate.
Okay.
I know he was definitely invited. If he came, I missed him. But there were so many artists. There were so many people we got to pay tribute to, and the timing was perfect because we lost 2 people really closely right after that. So
wow. Do you guys remember DJ Edward J? Going back a long time, used to do mixtapes. Would mix.
I wasn't here then.
All right, that's a little bit okay. That's probably before y'all's time, but I remember that. But point is, I thought it was great that you guys had every Atlanta rapper that you possibly could to come in and celebrate 50 years of hip hop. I think that music is synonymous with this city.
Yeah.
It's intertwined into the culture, and you cannot talk about Atlanta without talking about certain artists, i.e. Outkast, Southern Playalistic, Cadillac Funky Music, just all sorts of stuff. And I just really thought that was great. So can you talk about that experience? Can you talk about how it came about? Can you talk through just the entire experience, if you could?
That was great, man.
I can tell you that the live events department as a whole and the 3 weeks leading up to it probably slept a total of 40 hours because right, there was a light show, right? Things that you wouldn't even imagine, right? We had to get the beams in. We brought in extra lights for extra features. We did Saturday. We did we were on the roof filming
Quavo.
filming for the intro for the concert scene. We had to block off the area and walk the area for the halftime performance. The train horn puller was a whole separate thing. The timing for that game was so intense. And just from an organizational, just to put it on our side, it was a lot. When I tell you it was a lot, but we all felt like it was so worth it. You understand? Like, there was nothing, bringing in volunteers, bringing in a drone crew, having to get all of these things signed off. The flag, I did a 50-year hip hop flag for our section. I didn't know if I was going to be able to give the flag out until the night before at 9:00 on Saturday night. That's how many legal things that they had to get approved. Like, it was amazing. It was intense. It was something that no other city could have done the way we did it. And I'm so proud. Oh, and talk about the brainchild of that same boss that I told you was like, oh, what are you doing? She's a genius. She really is. Her name is Tamika Rish. And she's cultivated all of these relationships with these artists along the years. And so now her Rolodex is chock full of these types of personalities who love the city and love the team and were willing and able to give back. Imagine getting T.I., Jeezy,
I mean, it was so, I can say as a native Atlantan, that was just so special to see so many, hip hop icons of the city come to that game to, not only just embrace, 50 years of hip hop, but to do it repping the Falcons. Like, and what I noticed too on the field, they were having so much fun videotaping and taking selfies and they really enjoyed themselves and they enjoyed that moment. Because like you said, it wasn't shortly after, we lost Rico Wade. Shout out to Organized Noise. You know what I'm saying? And to know that he was there, the whole crew, all three of them. And it was, I'll never forget that game. And we won.
And oh my!
And we won.
How many? But tell me how Bone Crusher came in and changed the complexity. Yeah. How many of y'all? So I know, Lisa, we had Bone Crusher for that kickoff party, actually.
Yep.
That you showed on the screen. But you remember that song, right? Like, right? But this guy brought that song to life, and I don't know. And that he did it at our kickoff party too. I was like, "Oh, okay, Bone Crusher, that's the best money I've ever spent." But it changed the way the game went. Another thing too, we were filming back. They were filming back behind the scenes. Very rarely, we don't do green rooms for games because the teams are the feature. We had a green room, we had a photo wall, and it was just so much love. It was so much. People brought their kids. So one of the behind the scenes that they don't talk about is the fact that the people, rappers are known for coming with an entourage. Well, we are a very secure building, right? When it comes to threat levels, large gatherings is pretty high. So you can't just bring, I'm talking about day of 6:00. There was a line wrapped around for people trying to get in with their friends and trying to add people at the last minute. it was the most fun chaos I've been in. I don't want to say my whole life because I've done some cool things, but to see that come to life on the back end was crazy. Now, mind you, I've been a part of 2 Super Bowls, right? The things that happened, the show that they put on, the amount of artists that they had Super Bowls don't have that. They don't have that level of artistry. They don't book that much talent, and people block off, and people are not what do you call it? They're rehearsing for at least 3 weeks out.
Right.
That so the fact that we only had 2 microphone situations, I was really surprised, super duper surprised. I'm like, look, this is an A+ in my book.
Mm-hmm.
No one else.
Given that hip hop started in New York, New York didn't come through the way that A did. Celebrating 50 years of hip hop.
That's thanks to 50 Cent. He killed hip hop in New York. I'm just saying. I'm kidding.
Perry's going for cancellation.
50 played everybody against each other, but it was at least was looking at me like that is not in the script. Oh my God, what are you doing? What?
I know nobody did it like us. So shout out. I know that was such a huge undertaking. Like you said, all the talent, all the concurrent, or the sequencing of the entertainment. That was a huge endeavor. And I mean, everybody had that was such a great game.
That was the first launch of using some of the artists in the tailgate like that too. I don't know if you remember, but we had 4 of those artists come and perform at our tailgate as well. Mm-hmm. So that was like, okay, you know what? I did it for that. I can keep doing it. Let's push. And so we just keep pushing the envelope. It keeps getting better.
Let me ask you guys a question. Pastor Troy seems to be an invaluable facet of DBN.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
His song "We Ready," is that the modern day Gonna Fly Now, like in Rocky? Like whenever I think of ATL, and specifically in correlation to football or anything like that, that song is one of the first songs that comes to mind. Give me your thoughts on that, Ardelia and Lisa. What are your thoughts?
Well, that was Archie Eversole. We Ready.
So
okay.
That slow verse.
Are you maybe no more playing GA? That's Pastor Troy.
That's what I meant. Thank you for that. Okay. Thank you. Senior moment. Sorry. Sorry. My brother's gonna kill me. My brother's gonna call me as soon as it's showing over and be like, I cannot believe you did that. I cannot believe you did that. I cannot believe you embarrassed the family like that. Jesus. Anyway, but no, let's talk about playing GA and that impact. Just give me your thoughts on that.
Lisa, I'll let you take the floor.
I mean, I think, again, we big on repping our city. I don't care what you say, ain't no more play. I mean, let me also talk about Pastor Troy as a fan. He is a real one. He just reps the Falcons for real. The love for the team is genuine. As we know, some of these rappers, they bandwagon other teams. Troy don't do that. He don't play that. He is a true Falcons fan. So that's first and foremost. But the music that he plays, or that he makes, those are anthems as well. And it gets you hyped. And, I love when he walks around with the belt. He'll never turn down a picture. I have so many Pastor Troy pictures. He's just a genuine person, a genuine fan. And, but he's down to rep the Falcons. And that's what I love. I personally am not really big on celebrities because they kind of flip-flop too much for my taste. So to have one that's true to the team that I love, that's what works for me.
All right.
Pastor Troy has been there since day one. He was first brainstorm session, we were at No Mas. He was like, he broke up the notebook. He had been like, own it. This is what I'm thinking about. Let's do this. And it's funny because so we were looking for a name. We didn't even have a name. We just were the super fan section, and that wasn't gonna live for forever, right? And so I was like, let's take it to the fans. We had this. When I tell you, it was an archaic um way to do business. It was, hey, here's a landing page. Throw up your first 30 names. All right. And then in 2 weeks, we're gonna narrow it down. And you go. But what was crazy is we were all thinking a similar thing. Pastor Troy was like, yeah, like he had his top five. His top five hadn't even seen what we were doing on the other side. Right. But he's always been like that. He's always been gun ho. He loves the Falcons. He's got a definite opinion on everything. And I love that too. Right. Is willing to put his soul and heart behind it. Hey, Ardelia, you have tickets to Philly. Hey, Pastor, you can't ask me the night before. Like, I don't. Right. And he was like, next thing I know, that's all right. I got it. I got here. And he's taking pictures. Like, when I tell you he is, you wouldn't have to ever give him $1. I don't even say, hey, I'm like, hey, this is the date. Yep, I'll be there. Never once. How much what's your budget? Never once asked me that. Never once. And I'm always going to look out for him because he's the real deal. The same way he is that. Same thing for Tigger. I can't tell you how many times, and we know Tigger's from DC. We know where he's from. I can't tell you though how many times he's gotten on his radio show and been like, shout out to Dirty Bird's Nest. That he didn't get paid for that. That's not so. If you know what the contract says and you know where the love is, he's in that. He really feels that. So we've just been blessed, man. I'm telling you. Of course, when it starts off, it is an alignment. It is okay. What's the opportunity? But now it really is family. When I tell you, if I ever need, I went to the Hawks game and was like, oh, I see you. What you was like? Oh, wait, what are you doing after this? Is the baby here yet? What are we waiting on? Like these conversations, the family extension that has happened from Dirty Bird's Nest is real. When I tell you real, she showed you a picture of Miss Lizette. Miss Lizette is 82 years old.
Awesome.
82. And when she hits 85, guess what? It's gonna be another surprise birthday. Shh. Right? Amen. Like you just know. It's certain things you do for family. It's certain things you just do. And so we just do.
All right. So I got another question for you, both of you.
Okay.
Falcons made it to the Super Bowl. It's
which time?
Down. What? Say what?
You said they made it twice. What do you mean?
I'm saying in this in Terry world, right?
Oh, okay. And our time,
hypothetically.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Put that in the universe.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. So Falcons are in the Super Bowl. Game tied. 35 seconds left. It's 4th down. And we happen to be playing, you guessed it, in the bins.
We're playing what? I didn't hear that.
Playing in the bins.
Okay, of course we are.
We're playing in the bins.
I mean, where else?
Somebody calls timeout.
You said. Okay, gotcha.
Somebody calls timeout. What's the song you want playing to hype them up for this 4th down so they can get it and win the Super Bowl?
We ain't never scared. That's what else would there be?
Those in the chat, 4th down. Falcons get their tied ball game, 5-yard line. They need to get the 1st down. Go ahead. Well, really, they don't. But let's say it's on the 30, whatever. They need to get the 1st down so they can go down and score. What's the song you guys want to hear? 4th down. Falcons are in the bins playing the Super Bowl. Drop it in the chat. All right, Sonya. Sonya wants to swag surf.
Oh,
okay, wants to swag surf.
Hey, listen, she's not wrong.
I hear you.
Not wrong. Shout out to new captain.
They want to swag surf. All right. What Red wants to swag surf? Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can do them both. Maybe it's a long time out, right? and we can play both songs. All right. So gonna switch gears here just a little bit to the Falcons chain. Right?
Oh yeah.
Dirty Birds.
Let's talk about.
I almost got my head taken off of this chain. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Let's
give the context. I had a friend that's not a nester, and she was like, "Yeah, girl, my chain just came in." I was like, "What chain?" She got this off of Shein. I was like, Oh, that's where you got, and they got it in gold. We only had the silver, so I thought that was interesting.
Well, here's the thing, right? So these came up. It was a specialty order. So I don't know if y'all remember the sweater zip up that T.I. had that they only had 98 of. Oh, I know you remember, Lisa. I was bugging you to death.
Right.
Oh, so this was that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was custom. They came to our retailer and said, "Hey, we have this mock-up that we're looking to do. Are you interested?" Every year for season ticket holders, with PSLs, let me just say that, let me preface that, of a certain caliber, you get an item, right? So every year, you know, the people who are able to recreate stuff for the Falcons, who have the licensees for the Falcons or the NFL, they come and pitch. So when they pitch these, our retailer, the person who's over at our retail, Nisha, she's fantastic, was like, "Hey, here these are. These are great. You know, this is what we have." Now, of course, I have budget, so this came well before the season. Let's take a look at these. Let's see how many we have. And here's the price for them. Now, usually when you order in bulk, like for instance, the flags without shipping are between $3 and $4, depending on the amount of color, the texture of them, right? For one. So when they're saying, okay, these are $45 a piece, well, that in my budget doesn't look like all the nests can't get it, right? Like, so I'm like, you know what? These are hot though. And then when they said, well, let's order. So they ordered the first batch. And then they said, hey guys, we're going to up the order because we're going to give these for 50 years of hip hop. So they did 2 separate batches. So it was never supposed to be something that was really in the store. It was never supposed to be a feature for the store. It was always supposed to be something that was given out as a surplus or an add-on, right? Like with your value. So when they came, I said, well, this is what I can do. I can at least get my captain some. So went in, ordered for the captains, got maybe 5 just in case something happens in shipping and handling, whatever. Well, when it came back out again, right, for 50 years of hip hop, was able to order a few more, wind up putting them on the store. So that was the service. But our captains getting them caused so much chaos. Everybody, I can't believe the whole Dirty Birds nesting. And I'm like, what? I mean, people were mad. I mean, big mad. And I was just like, so sometimes, one of the questions I know you like, what's the least favorite thing? Least favorite thing is kind of the entitlement that sometimes people get in the habit. We get so much, they start feeling like they're supposed to get so much. On the flip side, you have the people who have never gotten anything and to be connected to it, to have somebody giving the little kid the Dirty Bird's Nest chain off of them is tremendous. This kid, I mean, green neck, he'll have a green neck for years. However, he's going to remember that piece of kindness. On the flip side, I got one for me. They ordered one for me. I gave my chain away because people were so hurt. So for it to then now go to Sheen afterwards, and then everything that is good gets duplicated, gets replicated. You knew it was going to come somewhere. Sheen, okay, but right again, you know, you expect that. The same thing. Dirty Bird's Nest is the first section of its kind. The first doesn't mean that we don't get calls, or I don't get calls to tell them, hey, you know, how did you do this? We were number 1 and 2 multiple times, like for the experience. So people get it. People totally understand it. People get it. But it's just one of those things. You're always going to have somebody who knocks something off. You know, if you have Coke, you're going to have Pepsi.
Speaking of that, yeah. Pepsi, everyone. Atlanta Hawks. No disrespect at all.
I'm telling you. It was a conversation.
And I mean the fact that the Falcons, you know, let fans have it without Without a Charge was super cool. And then like the next season, I was like, Hawks for $45.
Yeah.
Oh
What in the
wow.
world?
Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, guys, that's the end of that, and we now have another trivia. And of
Uh-oh.
course, we're going to do it the same way. So those of you in the chat, you can help out if you choose to. We'd love for you to do it. Give me 1 sec. I need to get myself together here. Yep, trivia's next. So let's go ahead. All right. So those of you Falcon fans, Lisa and I know the answer, but we're not going to participate. So Morten Anderson became the all-time leading scorer for the Falcons and what other team? Yep, Justin got it. The Aints.
Justin, listen, and y'all, Justin is going to be on it. He's got a buzzer. Go, Justin. That's my boy.
I hear that. Yeah, he's on it. All right. The Falcons selected Matt Ryan with which overall pick in the 2008 draft? Justin, we're waiting. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Anyone?
Bueller.
I'm known for a drum roll. I can do a good drum roll.
Bueller. Yeah, let's do a drum roll. Yeah, that yours is better. Mine sucked. Zane, third overall. That's correct. All right.
Zane, what's up, Zane?
What's up, Zane? Last but not least, Deion Sanders was the first player to do what 4 times in career Pro Bowls?
This one I don't know.
He did what? He's known for this, guys. He's known for this, you know. He does this and then he takes it to the house and does his little, you know, standard whatever that is, profile. What you got? This is easy, guys. It's probably the easiest one. Did this 4 times in the Pro Bowl, known for doing it. You didn't throw to his side because you feared
him picking it off.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
For some reason, I thought it was going to be deeper than that.
No. I'm very shallow. You're good. I was very shallow.
Now, Scorpios are not known for being shallow. Wait a minute.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, so guys, we're gonna take a boogie break. Now, here's the rules. I'm gonna put on this lunch that you guys had, right? And everyone within the sound of my voice has got to boogie. That's right. I don't care if you suck at dancing, if you're terrible, if you've been told to stay off the floor, everyone has to boogie. Now, we're in the honor system. I'm not going to see you. I'm just going to assume you're going to do it. All right. You guys ready? And here we go. All right. I got
nothing else. We ain't gonna party. I'm telling you. I think that was in New Orleans.
That was New Orleans.
Yeah.
That was Kayla's birthday. We celebrate her birthday that day too. Yep.
Whew. All right. So yeah, got my cardio in. Good. Yep. I'm out of shape. That's it. Lisa, I'm gonna turn it over to you. We're on well, you'll see it when it comes up. We're on questions 8 through 11.
I know where this is though.
That Flowery Branch?
Yes. It was up under the tent.
We look hot and we under the tent. Yeah.
That's all right. Hey,
I look forward to going again. I missed Flowery Branch last year, man. I'm ready to go to training camp.
Yep. Well, I've got a date for that too. End of July. End of
Okay,
July.
so real quick, talking about the nest. What feedback have you heard from players about what they think of the nest and our impact on game days?
Nothing but great things, right? Like everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows where we are. Everybody knows to look there. So I feel like they are connected to us already. But I had a lot of at the appreciation party. Khalil was like, hey, so tell me how they get there, right? So they're curious as to how we came to be. So that's the story I guess we need to tell a little bit better, right? But absolutely understand what we're about. They understand where it is. And it was funny because Ray McLeod was like, I was like, so Ray, you gonna come up there? He was like, I can't scale that big old wall. So it made me laugh because he knows, everybody knows where it is. So it's about getting the end zone. It's about getting close to us and doing something on our side of the field. Nothing but great things. They thank me all the time. They're giving big kudos, big shout outs to, and I've had requests for, man, where's my fat head? And I was like, well, you just joined the family. So it's that kind of banter. I love that Kurt loved us, right? That was the first time we got such public acknowledgement. But it's been rumbling throughout that. And that was genuine, right? Like there's no way we can make somebody say that they love the net. There's no way. The fact that he did that intrinsically is fantastic. And then Penix's mom and his dad, they come to the tailgate.
Yes.
The whole family has been there. Other coaches come, right? Like that's a safe place for them, a big haven for them, wanting to be a part of something that they know is safe, is protected, and filled with the love. A lot of times you get that people will turn on you. That's the thing we don't do in the section, right? It's like, you have a kid. Your kid is not going to be right every time. Your brother, your sister is not going to be. Your life partner is not going to uphold whatever you think that your covenant is in your mind. That day, the day to day, we're just going to fall short. So for us to have that place to be fans, what's up, Benny? To be able to express that fandom in a safe place and give the Falcons that they know they can look over there and be loved even after mistake. That's, to me, that's powerful. Even at the Dome, that was the one thing, right? I'm a Texas girl. Like, well, you dare not badmouth your team. Like, how dare you? So when people will go like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't believe. And I'm like, wait, what is this schizophrenia over here? Like, what are we doing? Right? Because as a Scorpio, I'm gonna love hard. If I ride with you, I ride with you. I will chastise you in person, like, hey, listen, don't do that. Don't make us look bad again. However, outwardly, that's not happening, right? We are a unified voice. So for that, they appreciate that too. They appreciate the support of like Jamal. Oh my goodness, Jamal is so funny. But they appreciate the support. They appreciate us going when people get hurt. If you go and look, Dirty Bird's Nest members are under their comments. Hey, get well. That kind of stuff. The stuff that it transcends game day. That's what I love. That the fact that I get to be a part of that is powerful, right?
Yeah.
So
it was super cool when Michael's family came to tailgate with us, and that was his first start. And I was really honored that they, spent the time, right? Because I know that was a special moment for them, and that they chose to spend part of that special day with us. That was super cool.
Way cool, because the funny thing is, what is his name? I want to say something yellow. It was some artist. Oh, I can't even think. But they've been there. They've been at the tailgate twice. And would have been there the last game. She sent me this apology, like, hey, I'm sorry. And she calls her son Junior, which is the cutest thing. It's like, Junior forgot his cleats, and which I thought was like, oh, that's so telling, right? It's cool. I was just going to come later. The fact that they want to be around that kind of love is huge to me, right? Because you don't get that everywhere. They didn't get a specialty chair. There was not a tent for them to sit in. We didn't usher them through. There was not that. That was just, they recognized the genuine love for the team. And I thought that was special. The fact that they wanted to come back, like, they will forever be my guest. Anytime that we can, create that,
Mm-hmm.
the arms around you situation, I feel like it's easy for this group to do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Well, switching gears for just a second, you had mentioned earlier about FIFA games in the bins. Talk about what you think the FIFA games coming to Atlanta will mean for the city.
Talking again, I guess that we talked a little bit off camera about Atlanta just being one of those cities. We hosted the Olympics, right? Like, if you know, Atlanta's been this gem that nobody wants to talk about. They never want to give you credit, but we hosted the Olympics in a time where Atlanta should have not had that visibility, right? In terms of metropolitan cities, the numbers weren't there. Nobody, the train system, which we were known for, wasn't necessarily the mode of transportation. And all things you think of, we had the Olympics. We keep recreating ourselves. We're the home of the civil rights movement, right? Like, we are the brainchild of so many progressive things. President Carter and all of his impact, Andrew Young and his role, all of these things, that we had the Super Bowl here. And noted that was the best Super Bowl to date. Right after that, it was after that Super Bowl, of course, it was everything else was kind of fraught with COVID, and it's never really quite gotten to that level. But for us to have had the Olympics, for us to have hosted the Super Bowl, for us to have hosted all of the other things, for us to get U.S. soccer here, it just speaks to the city. It speaks to all of the things that we have. We have a mix that makes America proud. You can say what you want to. You can follow all of those weird news outlets and let them think that we're this divided country if you want to. But when you come to Atlanta, this is the epitome of what we could be. And so I think FIFA coming here with all of its prestige, with all of the cameras, with the lens of the world, because nothing is bigger than FIFA. The Olympics isn't as big as FIFA. It's not. And so for us to have that opportunity to showcase our city again is beyond. And I know that just the way Atlanta natives, if we're involved in it, if we fill those volunteer roles, if we're on the front lines of that, the world is going to get to see what America really should be. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. Not only now do I love soccer because of Atlanta United, because when I tell you, if I've ever seen soccer before that, I've been like,
right.
click,
I didn't care until Atlanta got a team.
Yes.
Now I'm in that.
And boy, oh boy, did I care.
Yeah. And it's super cool too, because when you go to the airport, there's a countdown to the Atlanta FIFA game. So I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for us.
We're the busiest airport in the world. The world. Heathrow, London Heathrow just went down, had a fire. I don't know if y'all saw that on the news, but the impact from that really affected a lot of stuff that we had going on. They're number 2. We're number 1. Mm-hmm. So imagine that. Imagine the fact that people can get here. People will be treated well here. People will get to see the best of what we can be. I'm excited to say I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to do whatever role I'll play in it. I'm going to do the best I can to get as many people exposure as I possibly can, because I know the people of Atlanta make the world envious.
And I want to be in the building somehow, some way. I just want to be a part of that, the energy and just the fun and FIFA. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Same.
Yay. And yeah, because we saw that was a tweet that the Benz put up. We are Atlanta. We are 26.
Yep.
So that was cool.
And the dates have already been released. I know someone who sells sweets in the building. They are pretty hefty, but you know, if you have it, if you know somebody who has it, who's wanting to be in the building for those dates, I can put you in touch with the person who will take care of that as well.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, we're about to wrap things up. Terry, what you got? You're on mute.
I meant to do that. Just kidding.
Right, the anticipation. I should have given you the drum roll.
That's yeah, I know, right? I know. So we're gonna play a little game. It's called "What Were You Thinking in This Moment?" And not that it's a bad thing. It's just you had this look on your face, like what? So I've gotta, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. You want to get on camera right quick? No, you don't. All right, that's my.
Come on.
Come on, they want to see you, Jonah.
Let's go,
she's
Jonah.
Gonna do it. What? She's got heart. Say hi, Jonah.
Hi.
They can't see you, Jonah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
All right, you're gonna be seen by hundreds of people tomorrow, Jonah. Oh my gosh, you're a superstar! Yay! All right.
Yay, Jonah!
I'm gonna go down and be like, Uncle Terry is such a dweeb. Oh my god, this guy, such a dweeb. All right, so. Let me see, because I was going through this, and I had to ask you because I'm goofy like that. All right, so the name of this segment is called "What Were You Thinking?" Right?
What
like,
did I get myself into, guys?
Just
that's what I'm thinking right now.
Okay, fair enough. just the looks on your face, right? So,
okay,
right here, like you got this look like, oh my god, this Eagles guy is behind me. Gee, so what are you thinking right here?
So that was in Minnesota. I was working for the Atlanta host committee. So that was that Super Bowl. That was the Super Bowl before we had it in Atlanta. So you go shadow. So we're up in the stands. Of course, the Eagles are playing. And this man, I saw every point of emotion from him. From anger, at the end, tears. He stayed in contact with me for 2 years after that.
Wow.
But I got to see a grown man cry. But he was like, if they win, I promise you, I'm gonna buy. And I was just like, chill out, dude, chill out. So I wanted to take a picture because he made all of these promises for what he was gonna do.
Oh wow. Justin says the look on your face says someone help me. Someone help. All right. So
I remember that day. I remember that day. It was me seeing Lisa and saying, hey, we got to take a picture. We never take a picture. Every time I come, we never take a picture. Let's take a picture.
Awesome. All right. What are you thinking, right?
I love the hair. That's beautiful.
So this was International Women's Day, I believe, or Women in Sports. This was our caption picture for Women in Sports. Now, mind you, after Super Bowl, so I went in there. My hair was blonde, and so I'd cut my hair maybe I don't know 6 months before that, and I was just it was doing its own thing, and so voila.
I'm just the look on your face. You got this look like, will you hurry up and take this picture?
That's exactly what that was picture number 4. And I was like, my hair's not gonna do any better. Just take it. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, you look great either way. Now, right here, you got this look on your face like I'm not supposed to be doing this. I don't know where Keisha is, but I'm not supposed to be doing this. Somebody go find Keisha. Is that the look? Is that what's going on, or what's going on with this picture right here?
No, I had so this was at training camp, and this is me pulling out another one of these fat heads because someone had stolen another fat head.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, now everybody's got to be on the watch out. I can't be the only security guard. That was that.
Right. Yeah.
Fat heads at training camp. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because you look like I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna hang up another one. I'm not gonna hang up another one. Y'all better watch these.
That was these are limited. This was supposed to be the backup that somebody was supposed to have. Now we're short. Stop letting them steal those That's funny.
Yeah, Justin says you got to look like it's hot. It's hot. Hurry up. Let's go.
It was definitely hot.
All right, right here. You are in the Hall of Greatness, our beloved Atlanta Braves World Series trophy. What are you thinking? This is going to be us in 5 years. What are you thinking right here?
I'm thinking, how blessed is this city? Because here we come, right? Because this was after we'd won it. And I was like, this was a women's mixer. And they go back and forth between the major sporting arenas in the city. And I was just thinking, just wait. The Falcons, here comes the Falcons. I was like, this is a nice one, but that Lombardi is something there's something to that.
All right. You ready to laugh?
Uh-oh.
Here we go. What are you thinking right here?
Is that an iguana? What is that?
Yeah.
It is birthday in Mexico. Yay. That's funny because I'm really funny about that. All kinds of things touching my face, but yeah, he won. He definitely won.
You are a better,
and the parrot was acting really out of control. I had no idea this little dude was gonna join the ranks.
You are. Let me tell you something. You are a better sport than me. I have no hair, and there's no way I'm not. No, you have courage. You have courage. I got to give you that.
Well,
that was something.
Thank you. I can tell you right after that, the whole head went in the ocean. Whole head. I'm just going to place it. I had my hand, and I was like, "What? Yeah, whole head. Dumped the whole head. He could have had the whole head."
I hear that. All right. What are you thinking here? I know what I was thinking, but I want to know what you were thinking.
Make the call.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Make the call.
I don't know what the ref's thinking. Like, it's clearly pass interference. And not that I'm a Scorpio, so you understand we're petty. I'm still pissed about it. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying, you see it right there. You see it was open, Chiefs. Okay.
The ball. Man, that was terrible.
If we win that game, maybe, we make the playoffs. I'm just saying we had it.
Oh, for sure.
We had it.
For sure.
And
there are times in history that change the whole trajectory of what happens next. This sometime, and maybe the lesson in that is we got to get out of the moments and get into the big finish no matter what. Maybe the lesson is we don't get to play it that close. But when I tell you I was sick, I went home sick. I was sick.
Yeah.
I was mad.
But it wasn't 0, so guess who was still there?
Hey. That's wow. All right.
What were y'all thinking?
I was pissed. I was in the stadium. I'm in the stadium for this one. I didn't mean to do that. I was in the stadium for this one. And I'm like, I know you saw that. Like, I know you're just always not going to call. And I'm talking to the guy next to me like, I know you saw that, right? And the entire section is like, I know you saw that. And the refs are like, whatever. We love Pat Mahomes. Hey, Pat.
Now, shout out to Pastor Troy. He, out of his own pocket, came up with these yellow signs that said, you can't do that. And dropped them off. So every time we saw any type of penalty, we would raise the sign. It was hilarious. Hilarious. We didn't have it on that day, but I certainly wish we had, because everybody, yeah. The Facebook chat, Lisa, you want to tell them about the Facebook chat?
Man, I think for us, we were so close to beating the reigning champs that, to be robbed of a play that was so obvious, it just, it's like, let us play and make the call. Like, how did you not make that call? So
that's terrible. That's just terrible. All right, so here's what I want to know. Like right here, there obviously was a conversation with Santa. Did you ask him for the Falcons to get a Super Bowl like during this conversation? I'm just curious. Like, you know, what was that about?
So this is a funny picture because I believe I was at the train horn at the time, and there were multiple Santas. So we had a different Santa come to the tailgate. This is I believe this is Santa Pete. But Santa Pete was in the area. He got to ring the train horn. So what was odd was I'm talking, I do the kind of the mechanics on the backside of the train horn. And I was standing there. I don't know who I was standing with, but somebody was like, hey, and turns, and he comes up to me and takes the picture. So yeah, which was very, listen, it made for a very cute Christmas card. However, I just knew he was coming to tell me that he had some news about the Super Bowl. So that's why I nestled in. I was like, Santa, you know. He said, I always do. And so that was, then I leaned my head in and he smiled.
Santa, we need that Super Bowl.
Yes.
All right. So we got two more things real quick. We've got a riddle, right? So let me bring it up.
Of course.
Chat, you gotta help. You gotta help out. All right. You gotta help out. Now, you guys know this, all right, but you gotta help out. So Lisa and I know it. All right, Falcon Riddle. My number has been completed 4 times. I have been a pirate and a bird. And I shelter plenty of people. Who am I?
My number has been completed 4 times. I've been a pirate and a bird. I shelter plenty of people. DBN, I need your help. I'm calling on my DBN Nation.
Come on, DBN. And Justin says you got me. What?
Come on, Justin.
Ardelia, he was in London. So think of a Falcons player that was in London.
Oh, he's a minority owner. Yes, wait. He actually.
You're close. You're close.
Yes. I know it. I showed him.
He helps plenty. He helps plenty of. That's
I
it.
know
War
single
done.
mothers. He's from Baton Rouge. I just want to see. Can I have a senior moment, please? War done. Yes. Oh my.
Good job.
My number has been completed.
Good job. Good job.
The completed 4 times. I don't get it.
Oh, 7 is the number of completion.
Right? I think that there's a football reference.
No. You
My
know,
bad.
So I'm a preacher's kid. So like when you were like, you grew up in church, I was like, yeah. My brother's gonna cuss me out about that one too. You put that in there. That's gonna be the conversation.
But I never would have thought. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. Shout out to Warwick. Warwick is yeah. He was our not guy, but he was our captain or quote unquote coach for Super Bowl 53. So yeah, shout out to Warwick.
Love it.
It's funny, in London, I've got multiple pictures with him, but I got a picture with him doing the train horn.
Oh, okay. I got one with him in London too.
Awesome.
My boy, he's nice.
Well, last thing, and then we got to go, unfortunately.
Well, this was great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. If you guys don't mind, we're gonna do one more boogie break. All right. In the chat, you gotta move, you gotta dance, gotta do it. All right. Gotta get your heart.
Let me do my stretches. Hold on.
All right, yeah. Get your stretch on. Get your stretch on.
I didn't know there were 2 boogie breaks, so
no, it's gonna be the same one. We're just gonna do it again. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back, like they say in spades. Run it back. We're gonna run it back.
Run it back.
You guys
Okay.
ready? Let's go.
Hey. I love the fact that you look like, I know you. That's what family is. Oh, look, that's spontaneous.
Girl.
Vegas, you anything. Don't you love that? Hey.
Hey.
All right. And there you have it. There you have it. Thank you so much, everybody. Miss Ardelia, this has been really fun. Thank you for joining us and giving us some of your time. Really appreciate that. Means the world. And this was fun. And I hope we get a chance to do it again. My brother's joking, saying Terry's playing the song again. Shocker. Anyway, Miss Ardelia, hey, tell you got
a little bit, but you know, it's Women's History Month,
Yep.
and we want to celebrate you as a woman in sports.
Well,
You know, your role, you do so many super cool things, and just, you know, from, you know, being over the volunteers for, you know, the Super Bowl, then you led to the vision of the Dirty Bird's Nest. I mean, you're amazing, you know that, and
you are too.
Oh well, I mean,
absolutely. I love
seeing you in action on game days, and you know, your creativity, your enthusiasm, and your wanting to create an environment that the city, the fans can enjoy. It's great. So I just wanted to reiterate that and thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Lisa. Lisa, you are an invaluable part of DBN, and the growth just by your connections is overwhelming. So always looking for you to tell these stories. So that when you asked, that was a no-brainer. Of course, when they call, I'm coming. She knows 100%. Like that's what family does. But I do want to invite everyone to our tailgates.
Yes.
100%. They're free. We have sponsors. It is a good time. I'm adding a dunk tank, so that should be fun. It'll be people dressed in, you know, the other colors. So that should be fun. It might not be for all of them, especially with just the hot months. But listen, the city's got to get together. It's the time, you know, when it comes to Falcon season, you get to let your hair down, right? We all get to turn back the hands of time and go back to our youth and tap into something we learned to love so long ago. So I welcome all of the city to come and join us. I welcome all of the city to come and join our march, right? If that means I need to push it back 10 minutes, maybe we push it back 10 minutes so y'all can get out of church and there. But it's such a good time. You know, if ever I'm given an opportunity to give the people of Atlanta or the people that love Atlanta like I do an opportunity to rep their city, to rep their team, I'm always going to do it. So come check me out. And if you feel like, it was a little bit of a letdown, put it in the comments section. We'll figure it out. Let's go get it together. The team deserves it. Our ownership, 100%, being a man that he is for the city. I will jump through hoops. My boss, like I would just jump through hoops for this city. The fact that he's willing to do all the things for this city, and he lets me have fun. He lets me extend my family. He lets me ride for the team that I was already riding for. I'm in. So come join us. Come have fun with us. Rise up. When I tell you, come join the freshman year at DBN. Let's do this.
Excellent. All right. Well,
Terry's been to a DBN tailgate. I don't know if I
did.
Yeah, I invited him.
I did.
Which one, Terry?
The one where you guys showed up in white and I was in black. And I'm already shy. I'm already a shy person. So Lisa's not shy at all. So she shows up and I'm waiting to meet my brother. And I got on all black and they got on all white. And it's high school again. And I'm like, geez. Lisa's like, do you want to dance? And I was like, no, Lisa, I have no confidence at all.
I wanted to do the 360.
She wanted to do the 360, and I was like, I have no confidence at all. I have no confidence. I didn't want to do it. But I did have fun. I don't want to put it out there that I didn't have fun. I had a great time. It was great. It was fun. Everybody showed up. You guys were in all white. And the next time I meet Lisa there, I'm gonna find out ahead of time like what you
Yes,
got
we have a
there.
schedule of
Yeah.
our colors for each home
Yeah.
game. So yes,
Yeah.
I will let you know
Yeah.
what the TV
Yeah,
is.
I walked in there, it was like 90, but I'm like, whoa, wow, okay. So you know,
And we all it's the record cut when you walked in with black. We're like, so
all right,
next
exactly,
time you'll have a better welcome, I promise.
Yeah,
Because you'll be in the right colors.
everybody was welcoming. You said what?
Good.
No.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Ardelia, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate that. To everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. You see the link below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. It helps us get into the algorithm. This was a great time in Miss Ardelia. I hope to see you when I come to the stadium for a Falcons victory.
Yes.
And look at when do we have the Super Bowl coming up? In a couple of years, right? Yeah. Well, look. Hopefully, we'll be on our second one, but hopefully, we'll win a Super Bowl in that building. Like, wouldn't that be something?
Oh my gosh! Listen,
I know that's what I'm asking
for. From your lips, PK, to God's ears, and back down. Let's go.
Amen. Amen. Well, hey, everyone rise up. Thank you. Want to thank God for waking me up, allowing me to do this show. Thank you to Eric Parker and Jack Spade, two gentlemen that got me in this business. Thank you to Lisa Shepard and the wonderful, the talented, the hostess with the mostest, Miss Ardelia. Thank you, guys.
I thought that was going for Lisa. That could go for Lisa too.
Lisa as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys.
Rise up, y'all.
Rise up. Falcons.